How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 3 of Transylvanian Reacts. And to be honest, of all the films we've planned to watch, I think this one is the most perfectly suited for it, with it being 1931's Dracula. Set in Transylvania. Well, partially anyway, set in Transylvania. That's where he comes from. What do you know about Dracula?
Well, 1931.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was a young chick then. It must have been like 200 years only.
That
That was
all?
good. That was good. Yeah.
The early stages of life, you're still in your
Yeah,
teenage years.
no, not quite. I would have said, it would have been like my 20s. But I remember that movie coming out and me thinking, oh, our way of life is going to be threatened. So yeah.
But it's funny because you said that before you moved out of when you moved to Germany from Transylvania, Romania, that you weren't really aware of the what the film the story did for Transylvania.
No,
people
no clue.
Found it fascinating,
No. We were all communism back in the day. that was the only vampire was the guy that actually the autocrat that ruled the country and drained it of its culture and everything else. So yeah, no, not much blood going on then.
And what do you know about Dracula, the figure? Obviously, he's a vampire. I'm assuming you know that.
I know it's Uncle Drake. He's is a great lad.
The young lad, he's a fine young fella. Down the road now, young Dracula. Yeah, he's a fine young fella.
No. I mean, I do know a little bit of the backstory. Like, I know how the whole vampire actually. The cult came about, how Bram Stoker actually came up with this idea, the parallels, like when you look into mythology, when you look obviously into the historical Vlad Tepes, who actually was called Dracula, his first name, also means devil in Romanian. So, I do know the parallels between obviously the Irish mythology and the Romanian mythology that would have eventually created this character along with not just the mythological background, but obviously also all of this historical background, like with the Black Plague and how they actually killed people with wooden sticks after they thought to be dead, but they weren't dead yet, and all of that. So yeah, I'm aware of all of these things, but I have not seen the movie.
Not seen the movie, and you've seen that. Even that this is the first adaptation of a Dracula film you're going to see. Yeah, which I mean,
I'm sure I've seen a GIF somewhere where Dracula
goes. Of course, yeah.
But
I mean, a lot of people have played him, Christopher Lee played him in the Hammer horror films. So they did a series of films as well. You know Christopher Lee. He was in Lord of the Rings. He played Sauron, the evil wizard.
Probably.
Yeah. He was
just doesn't really ring a bell right now, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Like you kind of obviously know a bit about the figure, so I'm excited to kind of see what you think of this one. It's going to be a bit different from the Terminator and Psycho. It's a little more of a slow burner. It's more about the atmosphere, kind of. That's what you really kind of feel. Well, I mean, you'll have your opinion when you watch it, but
I know this because this is what we do in our cast.
With that said, guys, there will also be a full uncut reaction to this. So if you're new to the channel, I do have a Patreon page as well, and there'll be a link in the description if you want to check that out to support the channel further. And just a quick shout out to my current patrons, to Ravi, to James63, to Jonathan, to Mary, to Blaze, to Mihal, and to Gigi Gooding. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. But with that said, let's watch Dracula. Love the music. Na, 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 na.
Is that Greek?
The music?
Yeah. I think it's Greek.
I can't remember who it's by. It's a famous
It's Morning something by...
So Bela Lugosi is Count Dracula. You've heard of him. He was actually Hungarian.
I know.
You have Hungarian blood as well, don't you?
I do. All the vampires in the world. Are these real mountains?
Stage.
It looks like a stage.
I say, driver, a bit slower.
No. Must reach the inn before sundown. This night, madame, the doors we are barred, and to the Virgin we pray.
Who's that?
That's Hungarian.
Yeah.
That's not. I was gonna say that's not Romanian.
Luggage down. I'm going on to Borgo Pass tonight. Yes.
Whose carriage?
Count Dracula's.
Count Dracula's?
Oh,
It kind of shows the impact, doesn't it?
Castle You mustn't go there. We people of the mountains believe at the castle there of wives. They take the form of wolves.
his wives, plural.
Mm-hmm.
Coffins at night,
Go,
and they feast
Uncle
on
Drake.
blood. Look, the sun.
What's with this one?
They scorn, they leave.
Do you not know the rule?
Oh yeah, as soon as the sun comes down, they
Yeah,
come
they
out.
can come out
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
darkness.
I've got to go. Really.
If you must go, wear these for your mother's sake.
I know the cross is supposed to protect you from the vampires, but I still don't understand how.
Think about the religious belief or something. I don't know. Spiritual belief. I don't know. It's something that deters them. That's a great shot, isn't it?
The hand, the hand, a rat, much worse.
She's very gaunt looking.
She also looks very rested. Ah,
A coach from Count Dracula?
is that how they acted back then? Was that the creepy look? Was the creepy look like?
But I think as well there's still a bit of kind of the silent era still there. And kind of more theatrical, you know.
Very theatrical.
Yeah.
What do you mean by going at this?
That'd be a bit eerie, wouldn't it? To be fair. Wow, that's a fantastic. Look at that. It's
That
the
is
vastness.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I am Dracula.
Famous line.
Dracula.
I thought I was in the wrong place.
I bid you welcome.
Ow.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
That is also a very famous line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Children of the Night.
I uttered that to you before. It's like he's the prey, you know, about to enter the spider's web. Blech.
Is web for the unwary fly. The blood is the life, Mr. Renfield.
So I think Renfield is the fly and Dracula is the spider.
For sure.
I'm sure you will find this part of my castle more
That looks slightly cozier.
It does.
It's quite different from outside.
So what? It's like, where's everyone else? Why am I alone here? What's with the Children of the Night?
I would like to discuss the lease on Carfax Abbey. I have chartered a ship. Take us to England.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Uh-oh.
He's stalking over literally like a predator. I knew you were going to laugh at that. I knew you were going to laugh at that.
Well,
Sláinte? Oh no, that's not what he says.
No.
I'll leave you. Well,
That was a very elaborate meeting.
It's a perfect connection because obviously an Irishman who wrote the story. Transylvania is the setting, so it's
Correct.
perfect mix for us, you know.
Even- Would be very fun if he did a Mary Poppins thing there, you know, and caught the bat on his hand. And why did he fall down?
Is he hypnotized or something?
By the.
Well-
Also, what's wrong with them? I thought that vampires are as fast as the light.
I guess there's different interpretations of them.
The king.
You will see that I get lives.
No, that's the
This
door.
is why they're
Come from
shaped.
that hatchway.
Oh, was okay. He looks like an absolute
wise man.
crazy person.
The man's gone crazy.
Yeah, clearly. Oh, But yeah, he's a vampire himself now, isn't
London calling you down.
he? Why are they in London now?
He moved to, because they're worried about the lease. Yeah.
Is the Count going to the opera?
You ever been to the opera?
Yeah.
Obey.
Ah, so he's hypnotizing them
He
with
has that
his...
ability.
Might I inquire if you are the Dr. Stewart whose sanitarium is at Whitby?
Frye, yes.
How do you do?
And, Mr. Harker. How do you do?
There are far worse things
Then being
waiting
dead.
man than death.
I wonder if he
It's...
commenting on himself there.
Yeah, there's that thing that the
The
vampires
tragedy.
say it's actually an absolute
The
tragedy
yeah.
to never
It's like-
escape life.
Dracula. Transylvania.
She's smitten.
It's like, I can do with a new blonde. I haven't had a new blonde in 300 years. Okay, so now is she gonna wake up or is she not gonna wake up?
An unnatural loss of blood, which we've been powerless to check.
Is that her?
Same 2 marks.
That wasn't her, was it?
Sure, she said the same 2 marks.
No, Martin, please. No, Martin. Martin, don't throw my spider away from me.
What did he eat the spider?
Oh, Martin. Who wants to eat flies?
You do, you loony.
When I can get nice fat spiders. All right.
Spider
He's
stew.
Renfield, the actor who plays Renfield. He's really good. He's also in Frankenstein, as is this gentleman.
Gentlemen, we are dealing with the undead.
Van Helsing, modern medical science does not admit of such a creature.
Of yesterday can become the scientific reality of today.
Days.
You are looking much better than you did this morning when I arrived.
Thanks, I'm feeling much better.
What's he put in his hand?
Keep your filthy hands to yourself.
No.
They might give her bad dreams, Professor Van Helsing.
We know why the wolves talk, do we not, Mr. Renfield? And make them stop.
It's Master.
Master, you've come back.
Does he ever do another face? It's just the only face that he does.
Please don't ask me to do that. Please. Please don't, Master. Don't, please.
I actually think Renfield is a very interesting character. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a much, also acting-wise, much
Yeah.
more interesting than Dracula because... Oh, look, he's got another face now.
Grimace.
That's the Bite Mina.
And closer. I felt its breath on my face.
So maybe he has bitten her.
Think about something cheerful.
But you don't always die when you get bitten.
Allow me. Is there anything the matter with your throat?
Oh, no, but I...
Permit me.
No,
Mhm.
please.
He knows what he's talking about.
How long have you had those little marks?
Marks?
Please.
Mina,
It wasn't a dream.
what could have caused them, Professor?
Count Dracula.
That was done well.
That was very well
Yeah.
timed.
I can quite understand. The heart.
Interesting.
I'm afraid it's good. I
Well-
stumbled upon a most amazing phenomenon. Something so incredible. Look.
I dislike mirrors. Van Helsing will explain.
Police. The strength of the vampire is that people will not believe in him.
Which one's that? Mina?
Mina, I think.
Yes, I heard something. Be
And he
guided
told
by what
Doctor
he
about
says.
Mina, didn't he? That you'd regret it.
It's your only hope.
I begged you to send me away, but you wouldn't. Now it's too late. It's happened again.
Miss Mina! Out there, dead!
Did?
Well, Mina. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's like a spider the way he's creeping over. Stick away spiders, isn't it?
And that's probably his first human.
Heaven, she's alive. Thank heaven for that.
Alive, yes, but in greater danger.
Further attacks on small children committed after dark by the mysterious woman in white. Fire.
And then, Miss Mina?
Well, how could she know anything about the woman in white? It's bad enough for her to read it in the newspaper without...
Please.
Dad, promise me you'll save mine.
Darling, you're not going to die. You're going...
You tell him. You make him understand.
Maybe
I
she's
love
not
you,
going
John.
to turn. Maybe she's the one
You.
that he cannot turn.
With a wolfbane when she goes to bed. Watch her closely and see that she does not remove it in her sleep.
Going with me or not?
If you take her from under our protection, you will kill her.
Now, John, please, please.
And he promised me things. Not in words, but by doing them. And then he parted it. And I could see rats. Rats! Thousands.
Strike me down dead, Doctor. He's got me going. Now he's twisted and broken them iron bars as if...
Now that you have learned what you have learned, it would be well for you to return to your own country.
I will find your earth box and drive that stake through your heart.
Come here.
Theatricalness coming out again.
Uh-oh. Van Helsing.
Indeed.
She's turned.
Locking me in my room. Oh, and the horrible smell of that awful weed. It's been like a nightmare.
Look out, he'll get in your hair.
Yes?
She's talking to
You
herself.
will what?
Well, I didn't say anything.
Yes, Nina.
Uh-oh.
Look at the eyes. It's quite creepy.
No,
Mina, don't!
Give me that. What's the idea? You can't...
I was trying to save her.
Save her. That's a fine way. It's all right, John.
And save Jonathan. Harper.
What's happened? I can't bear to look at it.
What's happened?
I can't tell you. I can't.
Oh, but you must tell me. I've...
You can believe everything he says. It's all the truth. Dracula, he...
No, it's not morning.
No, it's not
Or
morning.
at least it's not.
He's got the look again.
Well, it's in the early hours of the morning.
The look. No, he says, come on in.
Right.
Course not. Look at him.
No.
Punish me, torture me, but let me live. I can't die with all those lives on my conscience. All that blood on my hands.
I actually like Renfield.
Yeah, he's a good character.
Mina!
There he is. Dracula. Oh, is she also gonna die when he dies? Are they all gonna die though? Whoever he turned, die?
Mina!
I can't fully remember after the end.
But I couldn't say anything.
We thought he'd killed you, dear.
The daylight stopped him. Oh, if you could have seen the look on his face.
Basically, by killing Dracula, it kind of breaks the spell on those that he, you know,
Right. Oh,
by killing him. Often is that. That's sometimes the rule. You kill the head vampire to retain
Yeah.
the soul of the other person. And your thoughts? Mina! 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 Oh, Mina, what has Dracula done to you?
first thing I was thinking, you could turn Mina into a drinking game. The Dracula drinking game. Have a shot. Someone cries out, Mina!
It is said quite a bit, actually. But so what? Okay, well, I actually want to leave the positives second. So okay, first, what did you think? Did you like it? Think it was good? Okay, bad, brilliant, shit?
It's old, like. Well, I guess for a first adaptation, it's actually quite interesting because I think that people, you have to look at the things in context and you have to look at like, obviously by now I've seen so many vampire movies
that kind of the
that
tropes.
you're like,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
like the best thing was like the whole.
Oh, when he put the crucifix up to him.
Brilliant, that was my favorite, and that's also kind of like a classic move, isn't it? Like with a cape.
But yeah, I think you make a good point there, though, because it's the first of its kind for a lot of things.
One, yeah, and so like I think it's relatively tricky to judge something like that from our perspective. Like for me, it's difficult to judge it from from my perspective without finding it slightly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because like obviously all of these things over time, like all of the movements, like the cape thing and everything, like
it's very theatrical. A lot of it's very theatrical.
Yeah, but also when you think about the monsters, for example, and movies like that, like they've already
take from this.
They've taken from it, but they've been ridiculized. So like you just kind of you have that association as well. But as I say, I thought I thought it was definitely a good rendition for the first rendition. The ending was a bit me.
Yeah, it's a little anticlimactic. Yeah,
like and also, I mean, if it's supposed to be a horror film, you think, okay, Mina all of a sudden still turns and bites the guy in the end, or something really creepy happens. But no, everything's fine. Damsel in distress has been saved by yet another man.
Also,
so like all is well in in 1931. And
just on that point, what interesting, as I said, there is some horror films that we get to more, well, I say modern, but like kind of 70s, 80s, 90s, and there's quite a few of the protagonists are female. And they hold their own, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but not in 1931, clearly. No, but yeah, as I say, so I actually really thought that, Bela Lugosi, he basically did two faces in the whole thing. He did his famous and then he did the weird,
snarl on the voice.
Like that.
But what did you think of his delivery of his lines, right? Did you like them, or were they okay? Or
well, yeah, sure.
Like I thought at the beginning he was creepy. I thought when Renfield first meet him.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's my favorite part of the whole film is the beginning.
Yeah.
Where Renfield goes into the castle.
Yeah,
that's kind of creepy.
As I said, I think Renfield did a much better rendition.
He's my favorite character.
So, like,
I think he's the best character in
the
film.
he's doing the best acting.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it's still quite theatrical, but it's not like
yeah, no,
Dwight
like
the
Frye,
eyes.
as I said, he's also you'll see him at some point. We're going to watch Frankenstein that he's in as well, and actually Frankenstein has aged a lot better. I think like I like Dracula, but I think Frankenstein is a much better film.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy that one more. It's definitely aged better.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good film. But
yeah,
but the guy who played Renfield, Dwight Frye, he's in that as well.
Yeah, he's and I quite like Van Helsing.
Yeah, I do as well.
Good.
Yeah,
like Van Helsing, he was, and he also did proper acting. Like Dracula at this point is more or less a prop.
Yeah.
In this entire thing, like he just turns up and then there's the bat and
he's
then
like
there's
he's a gimmick. He's a gimmick.
He is. He's kind of like he's kind of like the least important character in the whole thing.
But I mean, it comes back to him like what he's.
Yeah, but it's kind of he's like omnipresent, but because he is actually omnipresent, like also by being the bat and everything. But at the same time, like you would think him as the main adversary or the main villain, like the main bad character, like he'd actually have a bit more meat to him, character wise, if you know what I mean. Like, like if you look at the more modern villains, they're always a little bit attractive and a little bit cool and a little bit interesting, and funny, and they, they're actually like they're really usually relatively hard to play, and Dracula literally just does the face the whole time. That's it, and apart from that, he does a couple of like cape twisting. Also,
Cape
it's,
twisting. Cape twisting.
yeah, like and so there's like two faces, cape twisting, and and a little bit of biting, and also everything's so obvious, like the way that he reacts to the mirror is like, because you always think
As I
of,
said, I think that it is kind of it's of its time. It's the 30s, and I think it's like you kind of have to put that into the equation as well. Like
yeah, no, I
at the
understand
time,
that.
that would have been
I
the first,
understand that. No, but the question is, how do you do it? And I mean, that can also be something to do with the time,
Yeah.
that they had to do it so obviously. But
It'll be
like from a story perspective, like if you were a supervillain and you had, your kryptonite, and that kryptonite would be the wolf's bane, or the mirror, or like the whole cross thing and all
Yeah.
that. You'd at least try to hide that.
Hmm.
And for him is literally like, like, and then also the end where he just walks down, he's lying there, he's asleep, he just drives the things through his heart. You're like, why didn't he do that earlier? So I mean, I
Well,
guess
it's the
maybe
first opportunity he had to do it, to be fair.
yeah, possibly, yeah.
But it also will be interesting to see you watch Nosferatu, which actually was before this silent film, which I think is a better film. But there's a lot of vampire films actually that I have on the list for you to watch, so it'll be interesting to see you kind of go through them and see how it evolves and the different versions.
And then you are also going to watch Twilight with me, right?
Sure, we can watch that. Yeah. We can see what they think in the comments. If they like to watch Twilight, they can let us know.
Irish guy reacts to Twilight.
You know.
As I said, I did like the atmosphere in that one as well. It was quite intense. The music was really good in it.
But then they kind of modernized vampires, and they were kind of, I don't know, they used to be kind of supposed to be scary, and they kind of changed it a bit. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, they made them attractive, sure. But yeah, I guess, I mean, there are still evil ones in that one too. You always have the good and the bad vampires.
But like as I said, there's like Nosferatu. There's the Nosferatu remake, which came out in '78. Klaus Kinski and Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
That's really good. The Fearless Vampire Killers, which is a kind of a horror comedy. It's kind of a spoof on the Hammer horror films. That's really good.
And is there like a cape twisting?
Yeah, that one is more. It's a bit. It's horror but comedy. So it's.
Isn't there also From Dusk Till Dawn? Isn't there like any?
Yeah, that's vampire. I watched that actually on the channel already with George Clooney.
Okay.
It's like a western that turns into a complete horror.
I don't think I watched that one. Like I know of it, but like I haven't watched it. Yes.
But do that out with Lost Boys as well is another really good one.
Yeah.
There's plenty of vampire films.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the third one down. So I think next we're probably either gonna watch, I think Terminator 2 and then probably Jaws. Probably what we'll have next to do to watch.
Anyway, Uncle Drake would not be happy with his portrayal.
Have to have words.
He's like, I never had this weird face.
As I said, it is like I think it is a bit of a slow burner as well. Like,
as in it's very slow.
It's slow paced. Yeah, I think you kind of have to have. For some people, I think they might find it a bit boring. I personally don't. I like the atmosphere and that. I think the first 10 minutes though with Renfield in the castle with Dracula, that's brilliant. Like even you see yourself that shot where he comes in. It's so expansive.
No, it's good. Like that's definitely. Yeah, it's also very
really
well done. Yeah.
I prefer it when they're in Transylvania. I prefer it there.
Again, I don't understand why all of the people
took it to London then. Oh, you're going to speak Hungarian, you're saying?
Yeah, but like the signs were in Hungarian. Like that's the weird thing about it. Like I mean, as I said, there's a lot of Hungarian speakers in Romania that would have been like full, little parts of villages or towns even that would have spoken Hungarian, especially at the time. But signs, well, who knows? Maybe they did. I have no idea. But it was still a bit weird, like
But that was I like it there because it's more. I feel like you're more like you're in Dracula's domain, kind of in Transylvania. It's a foreign land,
No.
But we will leave it there. So as Bill Hurley used to say, he was an old. He used to be a panel. Well, he would host the old football matches in Ireland, and he would say, "We'll leave it there." So, but until next time, guys, slán go fóill.
Slán, motherfuckers.